It's Thursday, November 6, 2025. My headline here says Russia got pummeled, and they really did. They got hit left, right, sideways, upside down, and backwards last night in the drone war. I'll show you everything here. I'm not going to spend a lot of time on Pokrovsk, just because it deserves its own video in and of itself. So that'll be my second video for the day. So let's start here. Luke Oil. Now, I'm going to show you three different things showing multiple attacks, but they're all different, talking about different attacks. Lukoil Refinery in Volgograd was also hit, along with 3 fuel depots in occupied Crimea. It says Lukoil Refinery in Volgograd, an ammunition depot in occupied Donetsk, and one in Russia's largest power plants. That's different than the 3 refineries in Crimea. General Staff confirmed the attacks in Crimea. According to the military, they hit 3 fuel facilities in occupied Crimea, oil depot in Havartsky, and 2 fuel bases in Simferopol. Like, you can get a sense just from those 3 headlines that, like, there's a lot of things going on. So let's try to unpack some of this. There are fires reported in Simferopol oil depot in occupied Crimea. Crimea got hit from a number of places with some oil refineries or depots. Then you had Lukoil's Volgograd refinery was also hit by drones. Russian officials confirmed a fire, but they blamed falling debris. Right? I'm going to show you another one that's almost absurd, the degree to which they were doing this. Volgograd oil refinery again burning last night in Ukrainian drone strikes, processing around 5% of Russia's overall capacity. This refinery was handling 300,000 barrels a day before the war. And then we see this. This is put together by the Unmanned Systems Forces, showing you where this was and what was being hit, and a little bit of the boom as well. So you can get to see some of the impact off in the distance. Yeah, you can see it burning, right? Okay. Drone has reportedly hit Russia's Sterlimat petrochemical plants, the facility located 1,500 kilometers inside Russia. If that name rings a bell, it was struck on 4 November. So it was struck again. And this is a pattern that we're seeing regularly now. They'll strike, and then they'll strike 3 or 4 days later. Russia's Komstra thermal power plant, just to the northeast of Moscow and one of the largest in the region, is burning. This is Komstra thermal power plant. Russia's third most powerful thermal power plant, that's the same plant that we're talking about, with installed capacity of 3,600 megawatts. The facility is a key part of Russia's energy system, and they're systematically going after Russia's energy system, particularly that around Moscow. Despite numerous videos of Russia's third largest power plant burning this morning after Ukrainian strikes, the governor came out to downplay it, reminding Russians that prison time awaits for those that post footage. For Russian government, the primary focus of their war effort is now aimed at hiding it from the population. It's going to be hard when the lights go out. Komstra power plant has a capacity of 3,700 megawatts. The other one said 3,600 megawatts. Okay, third largest power plant in Russia. According to Komstra Oblast governor, the residents heard pats, that's the Kremlin's euphemism for explosions when they occur in Russia. Pats doesn't sound nearly as bad as booms or bam or whatever. As air defense was active after the reported successfully repelled attack. Remember, they reported that it was successfully repelled. Nothing to see here. We downed everything. After reported successfully repelled attack, the emergency services, for some reason, were addressing the aftermath at energy infrastructure facilities. You can't make this stuff up. Okay, Ukrainian partisans also behind enemy lines were burning Russian logistics locomotives. And then this was the big one. I mean, after all that, I'm saying this is the big one. That's the kind of night that Ukraine had. By the way, I do these every day. If you want to keep up to date and understanding what's going on, please consider hitting the subscribe button. A Russian base for storing and launching Shahed drones has been destroyed in Russia's occupied Ukrainian Donetsk. So Shahed drone warehouse, it was located on the territory of Donetsk airport. Preparations for the operation took months. The operation was carried out by Ukrainian special forces, missile and artillery forces, 414th Separate Brigade Magyar's Birds of the Unmanned Systems Forces. Ukraine struck this major Goran Shahed drone base at this Donetsk airport with cruise missiles and drones. An ammo depot was hit, fuel storage hit, pre-launch prep site were destroyed, power and comms nodes damaged, up to 1,000 drones. Think about that, 1,000 drones and 1,500 warheads reportedly on site. So that, I mean, that's could be days or weeks of Russia's drone launch on Ukraine destroyed overnight. Ammo depot also hit in occupied Donetsk, and the boom from that was just tremendous. I weighed whether I could show it to you. The boom and the blast wave was just, I was like, you know, YouTube's going to censor this. I got to stop flirting with the line there. Okay, 135 Russian drones attacked Ukraine last night. Ukraine's air defenses intercepted or suppressed 108 out of the 135. Still, 27 drones hit targets across 13 locations. One person died, 8 were injured in the Dnipropetrovsk Oblast, and Russian drones attacked overnight. Dozens of targets were still hit, including homes and power facilities. This is a combat work of air defense. Now, this is hitting a drone in the sky. Look at this. I mean, that's a pretty incredible sight. They're shooting up toward it.
Yes.
And boom, there it goes.
Yes,
it's just some amazing stuff. Here's one in daylight. Look at this. That drone is about to hit the building. It's almost like something out of a Superman movie. It's just impressive. This is a drone being hit by air defense, right?
Yes.
Yeah, that's just some amazing stuff. Okay, let me turn that off. Okay, 1,170 Russians off the battlefield day over day. If that sounds high, it actually is. 6 armored fighting vehicles, 15 artillery systems, 84 vehicles and fuel tanks day over day. That 1170 caught my interest, and then it was confirmed most engagements this year so far, and most casualties since early October. Well, of course, Pokrovsk is heating up. 84 assaults in the Pokrovsk direction. It's on, right? Now, again, I'm not going to talk about Pokrovsk here. I'm going to be doing a whole next video is dedicated to what's going on in Pokrovsk. But I'll show you generally other things on the battlefield. Gunners of the 40th Artillery Brigade conducted counter-battery fire, destroying 152 millimeter gun and 2 D-30 howitzers. You see powerful secondary detonation of the ammunition of a Russian BMP-2 after the arrival of Ukrainian FPV drones in Kharkiv. Again, it's all about drones, right? So this is at night. You can't see that drone, but that drone can see you. Like Ukrainian soldiers from the Signum Battalion eliminate Russian infantry here in the Limansk direction. So, yeah. Now, there were also Russian drones attacking a medical van. This is just a picture, but how do we know? Well, here's the van in the video. The van's right here. Van 9, medical evacuation donated by HMM. So if nothing else, you have proof that their vans are getting to the front. Okay. And here's the video of the same thing so that you actually see that the Russians are going after these medical, like clearly marked medical aid vans. Yep. That's where they are. Okay. How big do you think this drone is? Seems pretty large. It's not the same drone, but it's like the same kind of drone. Yeah. That's a monster. All right. Last little bit. Well, before we get to the last little bit, this is what we're going to talk about here. Jake Bro's fundraiser. I'll put the link below. It was at $751.81 last night at about 5 p.m. when I did my last video and updated, and we're at 601,751 cents. If you wish to donate, the link will be below. Thank you in advance for doing that. And then we'll leave you with this with Darth Putin. Che Bowles posted this yesterday, and I just I couldn't believe that I saw this posted. Che Bowles is a propagandist with RT very often, and he said, Vladimir Putin confirmed that the glorious Battle of Kyiv in 2022 was a planned Russian withdrawal to secure peace. Ukrainians, I guess that's kind of some kind of maniac, Ukrainiac kind of slur, have long pretended that Russia was pushed back from Kyiv. I'm not sure why he has three quotation marks. Push back from Kyiv. The Russians simply left. Another Ukrainian myth dissolves. That's not what happened at all. They were pushed back. They couldn't get through. They were attacked with by the people who came out and put vehicles in the way. They were attacked with javelins. They were attacked from all directions. They didn't expect anything like that. The Battle of Kyiv was not a withdrawal because we were just. It's kind of like Snake Island was a gift. Well, you couldn't hold it. Darth Putin said, Putin sues art of war. The wise commander wins not by capturing his enemy's capital, instead retreating forwards from it, leaving his enemy to flee forwards after him in a panic. All right, my friends, that's all that I have. Be looking forward to the Pokrovsk video that's coming next because there's a lot that's going on there as well. And I'll be back very shortly. Thank you for the time, the likes, the shares, and the subscribes. And thank you for being the kind of person who cares about Ukraine.